There will always be people who doubt you, people who say you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough, smart enough, talented enough. They'll laugh at your dreams. They'll call them impossible. But guess what? Every great success story began with someone being told, you can't. That's your spark. That's your fire. We all face doubt. Sometimes it comes from strangers, sometimes from people close to us, and sometimes it comes from within. Question your goals, your ability, your ambition. They say you're dreaming too big, reaching too far, trying to be something you're not. It stings. That doubt can crawl into your mind, whispering that maybe they're right. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not enough. But here's the truth. Doubt only has power if you let it define you. What if instead of letting it discourage you, you let it drive you? Doubt isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of the fire. Think about how rockets launch. They burn fuel to push against gravity. Your gravity is the weight of negativity and disbelief. And the more doubt people throw at you, the more fuel you have. Every you can't, every that's impossible, every why bother, that's energy. That's firewood for your ambition. When someone doubts you, they're unintentionally handing you power because now you have something to prove, not just to them, but to yourself. You have a reason to push through the late nights, the setbacks, the failures. You have a reason to sharpen your skills, to level up your mindset, to go beyond what anyone expects. And let's be clear, this isn't about revenge or showing off. It's about growth. It's about resilience. It's about transformation. Doubt is not your enemy. It's your opportunity. It's your pressure that creates the diamond. Every successful person was once underestimated. Every champion has a story of being told they'd never make it. But instead of folding under the weight of doubt, they rose, not in spite of it, but because of it. Doubt is a signal. It means you're doing something bold, something different, something that challenges comfort zones. And when you choose to rise above it, when you turn that doubt into fuel, you stop playing small. You start walking into the very thing they said you couldn't do. No one else was giving you vision. That dream you carry, that idea, that goal, that fire, it was planted in you for a reason. Not in your neighbor, not in your teacher, not even in your closest friend. You were chosen to carry it, to build it, to bring it to life. But the moment you step out and say, this is what I want, the world starts to question you. People ask, why would you do that? Is that even realistic? Or don't you think you're aiming a little high? And just like that, seeds of self-doubt get planted. You start wondering if you're crazy for dreaming differently. If maybe you should settle, shrink, and just follow the script everyone else is reading from. But here's what they don't understand. Your dream isn't supposed to make sense to them. It's not their responsibility to believe in it. It's yours. Your dreams don't have to fit into anyone else's expectations, timelines, or definitions of success. They don't need to be logical by anyone else's standards. The world we live in today is full of things that once seemed impossible. Flying machines, handheld computers, global businesses run from bedrooms. Every single one of them started as someone's dream. Imagine if those dreamers had let doubt win. Imagine if they had listened when others said, no one's ever done that before, or that'll never work. Your dreams matter because they reflect who you really are. They're the expression of your deepest potential. They're the roadmaps to the kind of life that will light you up inside. When you chase a dream that truly belongs to you, you're not just pursuing a goal. You're becoming who you were meant to be. And yes, it might be messy. It might take time. People might not get it at first or ever. But that doesn't make your dream any less real. That doesn't make it less worthy. You don't need permission. You don't need validation. You don't need everyone clapping for you on day one. Because the truth is, some people won't see it until you've built it, and some won't believe it until they're standing in the results of what you refuse to give up on. Talk is cheap. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has something to say about what you should do, what you can't do, and what you'll never become. But words, especially the ones meant to tear you down, only carry weight if you let them. You see, the loudest person in the room isn't always the one doing the most. It's easy to criticize from the sidelines. It's easy to doubt, to mock, to underestimate. What's hard is waking up every day and doing the work. What's hard is staying committed when no one's watching. What's hard is taking action. Not once, but over and over. Even when the results are slow. Even when no one claps. Even when you're tired. That's what separates talkers from doers. That's what builds real credibility. Not what you say. What you show. Let them talk. Let them throw shade, post opinions, laugh behind your back. While they're talking, you're working. While they're doubting, you're building. While they're watching, you're moving. And in time, your actions become your response. Not a comeback speech, not a tweet, not a debate, but results, success, just growth. A new reality that can't be denied because it was earned through effort, not promises. Because the truth is, when you're focused on proving something through consistent action, you don't have time to argue with small minds. You don't have time to explain yourself to people who've already made up their minds. You just keep doing the work. You keep leveling up. You keep moving forward, and you let your progress speak for you. That's how you prove them wrong. Not by matching their words, but by rising above them. Pain is inevitable. It's a part of life, a part of growth, and something no one can escape. But the way we respond to pain, the way we choose to navigate it, is what truly defines us. Pain, whether it's emotional, physical, or psychological, can be crushing. It can feel like the world is pushing down on your shoulders, like you're drowning in a sea of failure, rejection, and disappointment. You'll wonder if it's even worth it. You'll question your strength, your resolve, your very purpose. But here's the thing, pain is not your enemy. Pain is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. When you understand this, you unlock an incredible source of power within yourself. Every time you face hardship, you're presented with a choice. You can either let the pain break you, weigh you down, and stop you in your tracks, or you can turn that pain into fuel for your next chapter. The most successful people, the ones who rise above the struggles, understand this concept deeply. They don't shy away from pain. They don't pretend it doesn't exist. They embrace it, learn from it, and then use it as the very thing that propels them forward. Think about the times when you struggled the most. It's easy to get caught up in the feelings of frustration, to focus only on the difficulty of the moment. But if you look closely, you'll find that the moments that were hardest often became the ones that taught you the most. Pain teaches you resilience. It teaches you how to dig deep when you feel like you've reached your limit. It forces you to find strength in places you didn't know existed. Every failure, every setback, every moment of rejection gives you the opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more determined. When you use pain as power, it no longer has control over you. It becomes a stepping stone to your success. You start to see that each challenge is a lesson, a chance to refine your skills, to become more resourceful, more creative, more determined. Pain sharpens your focus, drives your determination, and builds an unshakable foundation for your dreams. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up isn't the absence of pain, it's how they handle it. The ones who rise are the ones who take their pain and turn it into something greater than they ever imagined. They take their brokenness and turn it into something powerful, a new version of themselves that's stronger, more capable, and unstoppable. They don't let pain dictate their story. Instead, they use it to write their own. Self-belief is the foundation of everything. Without it, your dreams will remain just that, dreams. It's easy to look outward for validation, to seek approval, to wait for someone else to tell you that you're capable. But if you're constantly waiting for the world to tell you that you can succeed, you'll spend your life on the sidelines, doubting yourself every time the road gets tough. The reality is that you have to be the first one to believe in yourself. Your belief is what propels you forward when the world is silent, when no one else is cheering you on, when doubt tries to creep in and tell you that you're not enough. Self-belief isn't about arrogance or thinking you're invincible. It's not about pretending you're perfect or immune to failure. It's about having the confidence to face the obstacles and setbacks head on, knowing that you have the inner strength to rise above them. It's about trusting that even in the darkest moments, you have the power to navigate through. It's the quiet conviction that no matter what happens, you will keep moving forward. The journey to success isn't linear. There will be moments of doubt, confusion, and fear. You will question your choices. You will stumble. You will fail. You will fail. But if you don't believe in yourself, those moments can easily become permanent roadblocks. The key to overcoming them is self-belief, the understanding that your worth doesn't come from external validation, but from an unwavering belief in your own potential. Think about every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary. They didn't get there because someone else believed in them first. They got there because they believed in themselves when no one else did. They saw the potential where others saw impossibility. They trusted their instincts and their vision, even when the odds were stacked against them. They kept going, not because the world told them they could, but because they knew deep down that they could. Self-belief isn't something that happens overnight. It's something you build and nurture. It starts with trusting yourself enough to take that first step, even when it feels uncertain. It's about setting goals that seem impossible, then pushing through the self-doubt and fear of failure to turn those goals into reality. It's about quieting the voice in your head that tells you can't and replacing it with a voice that says, I will. When you truly believe in yourself, your actions reflect that confidence. You stop second-guessing your decisions. You stop waiting for someone to give you permission. You stop apologizing for your dreams. Self-belief gives you the courage to take risks, to challenge yourself, to push your limits, and to grow into the person you're meant to be. The most powerful thing you can do is trust yourself. To believe that you have what it takes to navigate the highs and lows, the wins and losses. Because if you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? Belief in yourself is the engine that drives you to reach new heights, to turn the impossible into possible, and to break through barriers others said couldn't be broken. It's natural to want to prove the people who doubted you wrong, to show them that you can achieve what they said you couldn't. In the face of criticism and rejection, there's a temptation to react, to shout back, to defend your dreams and your worth. You want to stand tall in front of them and say, see, I told you I could do it. But here's something critical to understand. You don't need to waste your energy on the people who doubt you. Ooh, success, do the talking. Let your achievements be the loudest answer to the naysayers, the doubters, the critics who told you it couldn't be done. The best revenge isn't getting even, arguing back, or making them feel small. The best revenge is living your truth and showing the world through your actions that you have what it takes to make it. Success is your silent response, and it's far more powerful than any words you could speak. When you focus on your success as the ultimate response, you take your power back. You stop giving energy to the negativity. You stop being distracted by the people who don't believe in you. Instead, you channel that energy into building something that is undeniably real. No matter how loud the critics are, no matter how many times they tell you, you're not good enough or you'll never make it, your success will be the proof they can't ignore. And as you climb, as you break through barriers and achieve things they never thought possible, they'll have no choice but to watch you, to witness the results of your determination, persistence, and self-belief. But here's the beautiful part. Success isn't about getting back to anyone. It's not about showing them up or making them feel inferior. It's about proving to yourself that you can rise above it all. It's about showing the world that doubt, hatred, or criticism can't hold you down if you refuse to let it. Success in this way becomes more than a personal victory. It becomes the manifestation of everything you've ever believed in. It's the manifestation of your dreams, of the hard work, the pain, the growth, and the belief you had in yourself when no one else did. Think about all the great figures in history, the ones who faced immense criticism and were told they'd never succeed. Albert Einstein was once considered a poor student, and people doubted his abilities. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television, that she'd never make it. Steve Jobs was ousted from the very company he founded. All of them were told they'd never amount to anything. Yet, instead of sinking into bitterness or trying to tear down the people who doubted them, they channeled their energy into their work. They focused on their vision, and they turned their pain into power. The result, they became some of the most successful people in history, not by getting revenge, but by achieving greatness. When you make your success the best revenge, you stop getting caught up in the drama. You stop wasting time and energy fighting people who can't see your worth. Instead, you take all that energy and pour it into creating something that shines, something that can't be ignored. You rise, you thrive, and you do it not to get back at anyone, but to show the world what you're truly capable of. Staying relentless is about more than just working hard. It's about working hard with purpose, with a fire that doesn't die out after a few setbacks. It's about keeping that fire burning when everything around you feels like it's trying to put it out. It's about waking up every day with the determination to chase your dreams, even when progress is slow, even when obstacles seem insurmountable, and even when the path is anything but clear. In life, the most successful people aren't the ones who have never fallen, failed, or faced adversity. They are the ones who, despite those struggles, continue to push forward. The ones who refuse to quit, even when they've been knocked down more times than they can count. Quote, they understand that success isn't given,